world of vertical videos, where creating a video that connects with your target audience can be a lot of work, creating something once and spreading it everywhere isn't just smart. It is essential. Whether it's TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts, you want to make sure that your hard work can maximize your reach and engagement. In this video, we're going to dive into how you can be multiplying your reach with just a couple of tweaks with repurposing your vertical videos. First things first, let's define what repurposing is. Repurposing is to create a piece of content, a video, an article, an image, or some text that can be posted to multiple places. This can be different social media platforms, websites, vertical videos, and so on and so forth. Now, for the context of this video, we're going to be focusing on repurposing video to short form content. So this is going to be taking a part or a clip of a long form video, formatting it for vertical platforms and publishing it to vertical platforms, or creating a vertical video for one platform and publishing the same video to multiple social networks. There are a lot of benefits to repurposing your content to all of the short form vertical video platforms. Different people prefer different platforms. So being present on TikTok, Reels, or YouTube simultaneously is going to be able to allow for you to maximize your exposure. Repurposing also allows for a little bit of testing for you, where you can see which platform is going to be performing best for you so that you can adjust and align your content strategy appropriately. If you look at repurposing your content from a marketing perspective, I think that SEMrush really pointed out with data why it is so powerful for us to repurpose our content. And this came from SEMrush's State of Content Marketing Report from 2023, which states that 42% of marketers say that updating and repurposing existing content leads to successful marketing campaigns. Now, one of the added benefits of repurposing our content comes from not only having an increase in our reach and also our engagement, but allows for us to broaden our income opportunities that can come from creator funds and AdSense on YouTube. By having increased followers, it gives you a bigger audience to sell to. So you have the opportunity to expand your income by selling your products, affiliates, and sponsorships. So we just went over the benefits. Let's talk about when we should repurpose and when we should not be repurposing our content. When we should repurpose our content is when we want to test new platforms to build a presence when we aren't really able to invest in creating specifically for that platform. Maybe we need to test like what's going to work on this platform, study what's happening, and do some testing. When we're repurposing our existing content, we can see what is and isn't working from simply just using what we already have. We're also going to be able to cast a wider net and get more organic views than by only focusing on one single network. Again, the objective of what we're trying to do with our content is expand its reach and effectiveness. And by being able to do that organically, it's going to allow for our budgets to stay down and our content to exceed its expectations. Speaking of budgeting, you might actually have a limited budget when it comes to your content creation. So repurposing, again, what you already have allows for you to stay within your budget limitations while also expanding your presence to have proof of concept that it's a place that you should be financially investing in. Lastly, when we're trying to figure out when it's appropriate for us to repurpose our content, it can come from content diversity. This is when we want to pull inspiration ideas from different platforms to see what is or isn't going to work on different platforms and what is or isn't going to work for you. All right, now let's talk about some of the times not to repurpose our content. We should not be repurposing our content onto different platforms for some very specific reasons, including not being mindful of platform-specific expectations. Let's use TikTok and Instagram Reels, for example. Now, TikTok is known for creating longer videos for their audience where they're talking directly to them. And when I say longer, I'm not talking about like 10 minutes. They just tend to be a minute or two. Versus Instagram Reels tend to be shorter and on a loop. They also don't tend to talk directly to the audience a lot, but have something happening with text on the screen, and it's paired with a longer message. If you are not planning to adjust your content for the different platforms with your repurposed content, you could run into some bad testing and really bad performances of your content onto other platforms. Next is going to be audience overlap. Now, there is something to be said for someone following you on all of your different social networks. Like I follow you on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you're posting the same thing there, it's going to give your audience content fatigue because it's really going to dilute your brand and your messaging because you're just posting the same thing over and over and over again. By not adjusting your content for the platforms and only directly repurposing and also not creating content specifically for that platform, you're going to run into some difficulties with audience retention and growth and reach. You need to give people a reason to follow you on the different platforms. I understand repurposing our content to test our audience and find new people. But once you get along in your strategy and you're figuring out what platforms are right and not right for you, you really need to figure, okay, what is it that I can be doing specifically for this platform to give my audience on this platform something special so that they can have success here and want to follow me on this platform as well. Another thing that can be to your detriment is not adjusting the content that you're repurposing for optimization for that platform specifically. This can include things like adjusting your messaging, your hashtags, or adjusting the back end things that happens on each platform. For example, when we're uploading our content onto Instagram, we can also assign topics to that platform and add a cover image. Where on TikTok, we can create a cover image very specifically in the platform that is branded in a TikTok-y way. Each platform has their own little quirks that allow for it to be successful. And if you're not going to take that into account when repurposing your content, you're kind of not giving yourself the best chance for success. We also can run into issues with quality and formatting issues when we're repurposing. For example, like if you're going to download a content from the platform, it's going to have a lower quality and also can come with a watermark. There also could be audio and music issues as well. At the time of this recording, there's been a big issue on TikTok with Universal Music Group, where every song that was from that catalog has been muted and all of those videos have no sound either. That can be really bad for a brand or a personal career. That can be really bad. That can be really bad or done by having that like on the background of that video not working can be really problematic. Like I said earlier, it's important to remember that each platform wants to be treated special and has its own quirks and things like that. When we're talking about quality control of our content, not having watermarks and low quality videos is going to allow for the platform to give your content for the best chance for success so that that content repurposing plan that you have in place is going to work best for you. All right, so here's some of our best practices that you can use for repurposing your content so that you can maximize your efficiency and effectiveness on the different platforms by working smart, not hard. First and foremost, no watermarks. Make sure you're creating your original video content outside of whatever platform it is that you are going to be creating. Of course, we would encourage you to use Camtasia, but you also can do things natively on your phone as well. Make sure that you also adjust your message. Every platform has a way that they like their content uploaded and they like how the messaging is structured. For example, TikTok, not so much with the long messages. Instagram, go nuts. YouTube Shorts, you can have a normal description just like you do anything else with links that take you somewhere else. Be mindful of platform-specific hashtags. Again, while you might be trying to attract a specific kind of audience, those hashtags might not transfer from platform to platform, as well as the amount of hashtags you should or should not be using and where they are placed on the message. Be mindful of back-end uploading. Each platform has a way that they want their content uploaded to maximize its efficiency and using sort of the native tools and features that are in it. With Instagram Reels, just use those topics and add a cover. With TikTok, be mindful of your messaging and add some native music. There are a lot of little quirks that you should consider within that, and so spend some time going through the options on each platform when uploading. Another tip for you is to use native music. Now with Camtasia, we have a whole library of licensed free music that you can access that you can use as part of your content. But when we are uploading your video content to the platform, you have the option to use native music. Each platform has its own copyright-free music library that you can access, and you want to tap into those trends that are on the platform specifically. Because every time you repurpose content without native music, it's considered original music, and then it can kind of ding you a little bit algorithmically. Spend some time in your analytics figuring out what is the best time of day for you to post. You could have an amazing piece of content, but if it's published at the wrong time, it's not going to hit in the same way that you want it to. So by studying what's happening on the back end of your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, you're going to be able to see what is the best time for you to post to maximize your reach and get people watching for longer. Make sure you're also including cover images. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, you can select what the first frame is going to look like. You can upload an image to Instagram for a cover. You can create one on TikTok, and with YouTube, if you're doing it from the Android phone, you can select which one of the photos or stills that you have on your video is going to work best for you on the platform. Now, a large percentage of people like to watch videos with the closed captions on. I know for me, when I am in a loud place or my kids are around, I don't want them to hear what's going on, I'm able to turn my phone down and just read the closed captions on the different videos. You can go through the work of embedding the closed captions onto your videos, or you can use the native closed captioning option for your videos as well. I would encourage you to actually do both if you can, because even though you're putting the closed captions on the screen, having the native closed captions being picked up by the platform and the tool specifically benefits you because it allows for the platform to know more about what your video is about to put it in front of the right person. You definitely want to tap into playlists. If you're creating something where there's multiples of it or is a series of something, by assigning them to playlists, it gives people bingeable content of yours to watch, which every platform wants to see, so that people know to put more of your content in front of people, and it rewards you as the creator by putting that content in front of more new people as well. Playlists are available on both TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well. Tagging is a great way to allow for your content to maximize its reach, but use it only when it's absolutely appropriate. Don't just go and tag a whole bunch of brands or people on a post that has nothing to do with it because you're trying to maximize the reach of that content. Tag brands and individuals that would be related to that content. And you can even go in after the video publishes and tag people in the comments to like ask them the question like, hey, what do you think of this specifically? Now, it would not be vertical videos if we did not have that link in bio situation at the top of our priority list. By having a link, people are able to go get more information from you, buy things from you, get on your email list, and so on and so forth. However, every platform has a different way that they want you to do links, and a lot of them don't want you to really call that out. So that's why sometimes you'll hear people say bank and Lio, like by taking it from bio and link and switching them to for that reach to happen. But so many of the platforms now have their own native linking options, especially around shopping. Like TikTok shopping has a thing, Instagram shopping is a thing, and with YouTube, you can put links into your descriptions, but it's also best to tag another video that you would like someone to watch specifically to allow for it to work. Again, go to spend some time researching what the best way to use links is for your content. Just never put your links in your descriptions. I just mentioned shopping, but shopping is a really fantastic way to allow for vertical video to work great for you. There are tons and tons of case studies around how shopping is been amplified on these platforms based on user behavior. I know I am so guilty of buying tons of things off of TikTok Shop that I may or may not have needed. Now, when we're repurposing our content, it can be a little difficult to have the same call to action for every video. So maybe you can leave that open-ended and take your call to action to your description specifically. Or allow for the call to action to be at the end of the video, and maybe it's something specific for the original platform that you shared it to, then you can edit that piece out when repurposing it to the platform that you are repurposing it to. Here are some tools and software ideas for you to consider when you're going on your repurposing journey. If you are creating your content natively, like on TikTok or on Instagram, you want to find a tool that will work well for you for downloading that content without the watermark. You can go to Google and search download content without watermark, and you will find a lot of really great options that will work best for you, and you just need to find one that would. Next, really consider using social media management tools or native scheduling. Now, when it comes to native, I suggest using desktop versus mobile. I find it so much easier. For example, the Meta Business Suite has options for going to Facebook and Instagram. You can schedule your content through the TikTok desktop app. LinkedIn and YouTube Studio also have scheduling tools native on the platform. I'm just a desktop girly, and I find it to be easiest way to do that. I've also been a social media marketer for 15 years, so I hope that that has some weight in your decision. Now, if you're wanting to use a third-party software, I recommend trying scheduling softwares, and there are a lot for you to choose from. You have platforms like Sendable, Adobe Express, Hootsuite, or Sprout Social. I encourage you to find the right social media scheduling software for you based on your needs. When you are researching a social media marketing tool that's right for you, I encourage you to make sure that that tool not only has what you need from a company or individual perspective, but also has scheduling options for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, because those are the big four that we would encourage you to use. You also want to make sure that there's not compression for your videos, because it's going to allow for really poor quality. Sometimes with third-party softwares, when you upload it, they compress it to make the file size smaller, and that can be to your quality detriment. Definitely test out 3 or 4 different social media management tools to find the one that works best for you. It's really important that when you're putting together your vertical video strategy, that you really focus on having a comprehensive strategy that not only includes original content and repurposing, but also focuses on studying the analytics that you have from what's being posted so you know what is or isn't working more so that you can really maximize your audience's engagement and find the right calls to action for your strategy. Remember, this is a part of a strategy. Repurposing is not all of your strategy. I want to share with you a real world example so you can really understand how effective repurposing your content can be. I'd like to introduce you to Austin Armstrong. He is the leader of the Socialty Pro team. He has over 3 million followers across all his social platforms because he creates for TikTok and repurposes that content to other platforms. He posts that content to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and more. And it has led to not only having over 3 million followers, but he has been able to build a 7-figure video marketing agency that also includes income from sponsorships, affiliates, creator funds. He is an international speaker, and because of the success of what he's done, he has developed an AI social media marketing tool to make things easier for creators and entrepreneurs. All of this from repurposing videos he was making on TikTok. Repurposing content, while not the whole strategy, is a great way to maximize your reach and get what you are looking for from your content. I definitely encourage you to start repurposing your content smartly. You can start with just one video on one platform and repurpose it to another just to see how it goes and how it can work in with your flow and your system. Use these tips and tools that I mentioned to help you along your way as well. So, what do you think about repurposing content for your brand? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, we want to make creating short form videos easy for you. So go check out this video tutorial right here on how to use Camtasia to create short form videos.